Hey everybody, JewWario here. This is my Cribs episode. You'll notice that I have a bunch of SNES carts and a bunch of NES carts. Now these cubicles I actually got from a site from a place here in Colorado Springs that just happened to have these, and they happen to have a Super Nintendo one. The Sufami carts don't fit so well. They kind of slide around because they're different shaped. You can see that the Super Nintendo carts fit just right on in there. Then I have more Sufami carts in order. I try and keep everything in alphabetical order. Then my Famicom cart collection, half of it. See, Famicom carts are the exact same size as cassette tapes. And so you can use cassette tape holders to hold your Famicom carts. I've got some knitted mushrooms from my good friend Emerald, who is the girlfriend of Shuki. Very nice Wario cart. You've seen that before from a fan, one of my first fan. Something that a fan was nice enough to send me. That's awfully fantastic. I've got it right here all the time. Some of my Ataris. Once again, I got that holder at one of the game stores. I've got a Famicom clone. Then I have some Famicom disc carts that I have. Most of them are in packages, but like the very first one I ever got is not. My Goomba. No, I didn't make him. I actually won him from a UFO catcher when I was in Japan in 2006, and I'm a big Wario fan. I had to get the Wario one. So then we go into NES carts. Once again, I got the thing from a game store, a used game store here in the Springs. I have some of my Japanese DS games and the ends of my NES, my N64 games. I've got my Mega System carts and stuff. I only have one Mega Drive game. I used to have more, but I don't know what happened to them, actually. My Genesis games, some Sega Saturn games in there, HU cards for the TurboGrafx, and some CD-ROMs for the Super CD-ROM, which I actually don't own. That's one of the systems I don't have. My American DS games, my Japanese DS games, and then my Sega Saturn games. I actually collect dating games for the Sega Saturn, and I also collect Mahjong games. So those are the two-player Mahjong or four-player Mahjong games, whichever ones. Have my Japanese PS1 collection. Great game. And my American PS1 collection. Then I have my Japanese PS2s, and then my American PS2s. You can tell which systems I really, really like because I usually have a lot of those games. I just got a PSP late last year, so those are my PSP games. And then an Xbox, which was a gift from my friend Trevor. Then my American DS games. I need to get another of these wire racks and make another rack to put those on. The finish of my Atari 2600 games. The finish of my Sufami card game or games. Then I've got my GameCube, Japanese and American, and then a couple of Atari and a MSX game. And then my other Famicom games. I've got a lot of Famicom games. I've also got my Game Boy printer, a Wonder Swan, a Neo Geo Pocket, and a Game Gear. And then my black Game Boy and Game Boy games. And let me see, I've got the sticker means it's Japanese, so my Japanese Dreamcast and my American Sega, and the controller is underneath. Then you have the Sega Master System, my Sega Saturn, and how I actually play import Sega Saturn games is with an Action Replay Plus. I know it's a bit cheating, but you know, we're talking inexpensive gaming here. You want to be able to play these games and do it at the cheapest way possible, and I don't find that to be cheating. So, and it works. And I got it for a couple of bucks on eBay. So that's a way for you to play import Sega Saturn games. Then I have my Atari, got my PlayStation controller, my Poppin' Music PlayStation controller, my Poppin' Music, and my Beatmania controller for the PS1. These are all PS1s. Then my regular PS1, my friend Razma is borrowing my Japanese PS1. But how I used to play them, and until just recently, I had a little Game Hunter card that you stick in the back, and then you take a spring that comes with it, and you put it in, and then you can play Japanese games on your American PS1. Once again, I think the cost of it at an import store before it closed here was $5. These things aren't inaccessible, folks. You know, you can play you can play this, and it doesn't cost much to do. My N64, it is converted to play Japanese N64 games. There's tabs in the inside, just like a Super Nintendo, and you just clip or melt those off. I melted them with a hot gun with a heating iron, and now they play just fine. So controllers, my PC Engine, yays. My TurboGrafx 16, yays. I have all the versions of the Genesis, but my Genesis 3 doesn't work. Oh well. My Japanese Sufami, and then my American SNES. And the light you're seeing over here is actually a halogen light, turn it off here, that I use for my filming. To give me more light. Remember, some of you may know that whenever somebody asks, hey, could you watch my videos? Could you tell me what you think? Sometimes I say, you need better lighting. $5 at Home Depot. This poster board was $2.95 at Hobby Lobby. Doesn't cost a lot. You can do this on the cheap. Then we have my GameCube, which is modified to play Japanese games. Obviously my Nintendo. My Famicom, which is DOA, Dead on Arrival. It's not Dead on Arrival. It just died. Honestly, in that video that I had in Season 2, it died. But the disc system still works. An American NES2. My Famicom Twin. Precious, my precious. And this is what I play my games and record stuff on until I can get this guy working again. And even then I may still use this, but they have short cords and they're plugged into the back. I mean, you can see that cord doesn't go very far, unfortunately. Then my Xbox and my Beatmania controller from America. Yes. A weakness. I love this game, and I've only got one game for it, unfortunately. Got my Japanese PS2 and my American PS2. This is my Bulbasaur. I love my Bulbasaur. This is my Meowth. I love my mouth. You know why I love my Bulbasaur? Because he's signed by George Takei. He signed my Bulbasaur. I love my Meowth. You know why? Bruce Campbell, baby, of him signing the Meowth. He didn't know where to sign, so he signed it on the coin, and it couldn't have been a better place for him to sign. So that's my collection, and thanks for watching all this video. If you watched all the way through it, which if you're listening to this, you probably have. So thanks for watching, and thanks a lot once again for being a subscriber. I really appreciate it, and we will see you again later on.
Something still, though you have something where